Welcome back to Reflect Politics. My name is Brendan Plank. I've got a great video today of a former MAGA voter who has turned on Donald Trump after his wife was detained for 4 months by ICE for writing 2 bad checks that totaled less than $60. His wife, mind you, is a green card holder and the mother of a U.S. Marine. This American says he has lost all faith in Donald Trump.
It's my understanding you also voted for President Trump.
Yes, sir.
Why did you vote for him?
Because I was an idiot.
Can you be more specific?
The 80% of the evangelical Christian people were lied to, if you really want to know the truth, and that's exactly what happened. They said criminal, and I believe criminals need to be off the street.
I just want to make sure people watching this understand who you are.
Well,
and who Donna
need
is.
To be off the street, and I agree with that.
They're not criminals.
Sold. Correct. But if you watch the news channels even today, they're talking about all the heinous criminals that they're getting. And truth be told, there's been about 800 actual criminals that they've gotten off the street.
Donna is also the mother of a Marine.
Yes.
An active Marine in Okinawa today.
Yes, sir. We actually have his dogs.
And I think it's important. In back home in Santa Ana, I have a father to 3 U.S. Marines who's also been apprehended.
Yes, sir.
And I asked that Marine, do you know any Marines in your situation? He says there are many Marines in Camp Pendleton whose parents have been apprehended, but they're all terrorized of coming forward to speak about their situation.
Yes, sir.
So we know then President Trump is not focused on criminals, but rather average families.
Yes,
You're an honest, hardworking family.
Yes, sir.
And they're going after you.
Sir.
You're a mixed family. Actually not. Donna has a green card.
Yes, sir.
You're an American citizen.
Yes, sir.
Her son's a Marine.
Yes, sir.
How do you explain the fact that she's been apprehended?
You can't explain it. It's absolutely nonsense. And there's 2 separate laws for immigrants and U.S. citizens.
Let me ask you something. Got a minute left. President Trump was asked in 60 Minutes, when he was asked if his tactics had gone too far, President Trump said, no, I think we haven't gone far enough.
There's 0 reason to hurt people and families. We've literally had migrant workers in this country for 1,000 years.
Good,
And
productive migrant farm workers.
100%. I grew up in Southeast Texas, sir. Without migrant workers, things wouldn't get done. It's that simple. 250 farms in California have shut their doors because of the fact that they've taken all the workers away.
In the last 19 seconds I have, I would just ask everybody in the audience, anybody who's watching this, do not be silent. Speak up.
Yes,
I want to know how many people have gotten victimized, how many people have gotten wrongly arrested, because according to our Homeland Secretary, no American citizen has gotten detained or arrested.
There's been over 170.
We all know that's incorrect and that's an absolute lie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please, we cannot hold our silence. This is a very critical time in our histories of our country. Thank you very much.
Well,
Mr. Chairman,
my answer, sir, is I'm going to be an advocate for the rest of my life for this.
Thank you so much.
And I'm with you, sir. Thank you.
And we now recognize for 5 minutes the gentleman from Rhode Island, Mr. Magaziner.
Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Brown, thank you for being here. Your courage, your strength, fighting for your family is truly remarkable. And I know you said earlier you're a Navy veteran, but you're actually a combat veteran. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
You served in Desert Storm?
Yes, sir.
Well, I thank you for your service. You've given a lot to your country, and your government owes you an apology, much more than an apology.
I was with the 1st Battalion, 5th Marines in Desert Storm. Yes, sir.
How do you, Mr. Brown, your wife Donna is also a mother and a grandmother.
Yes, sir.
How do you explain to her children, grandchildren, what is happening and why?
It is not explainable, actually. My 14-year-old granddaughter, they're very close, and we're very close, and she just doesn't get it. I mean, she's been the biggest advocate for helping us out, and the little ones don't get it at all. The one son, our grandson is in Okinawa with his dad and mom, and then we have 3 others that live close by, about 45 minutes away, but they don't understand at all. They don't understand why, somebody that actually paid for a restitution for 2 checks and it's funny because Homeland Security didn't find the second one for the first 3 months. That's why she's been in jail for so long. So it's actually their fault that happened. And the fact is it was actually funny because it was 3 years apart for 2 checks, which is nonsense. And that almost makes me think that they made it up.
I can't imagine explaining this to a child why
No.
his grandmother has been locked up when
No.
she never did anything wrong.
Nope.
So let's talk about the conditions that she's in currently, because she's been locked up for almost 4 months now
Yes, sir.
for no crime other than
Correct.
writing bad checks totaling less than $60.
But that's
a
not
decade
even
ago.
a crime because she actually paid
Because
for
she
it in
paid the
January of
restitution.
2017, sir. January of 2017, they made that in the statute of Missouri. They've changed that to where it's not even a crime. It's a $25 fee that you pay for an overdraft check. That's it.
So how would you describe the conditions that she's in? Are her medical needs being met? Is she
no,
able
sir.
to access?
No, sir. She's got high blood pressure. They've actually punished her and put her in solitary confinement because she said something about her high blood pressure. She lived in a pod that left the toilet clogged for a week, and there's 30 people in a pod. One of the guards made her eat a pill off the floor from medication. And I called the jailer about it, and the jailer told me I was a liar, and so was my wife, that they denied everything. And we've turned them into the Attorney General and the prison system, correctional prison system in Kentucky, and to no avail because they're actually tied together, so they don't actually do anything because you can't send a private unless you pay a lawyer several $1,000s to privately inspect them. They're not going to tell on themselves.
Mr. Brown, you said earlier that you voted for President Trump. If he was watching now, what would you say to him?
I would say that he can't not lie about anything. And that's the problem, is everything that was ever said was lied. I knew this panel would, but as I said, and the pastor can tell you, 80% of the evangelical Christians voted for that because we didn't. But when you practice true Christianity, everything that he said was a lie.
Well, Mr. Brown, you're absolutely right. President Trump lied to the American people. He
100%.
said he was going to go after the worst of the worst, violent criminals and drug dealers. That's not what he's been doing. He's been
Not at
locking
all.
up children with cancer, been locking up and deporting veterans who serve this country, and locking up a 40-year legal resident of the United States who never committed any crime other than writing a bad check and who is a good member of her community, your wife. And it is wrong. It is infuriating.
Yes, sir.
And we have to do better than this as a country. Listen, I know I'm low on time, but let me just say, with respect, all due respect to the Reverend, most people I talk to, they don't want Homeland Security to be abolished. They want border enforcement. They want violent criminals who aren't here legally to be deported. But they don't want this.
Correct.
They do not want masked agents terrorizing neighborhoods. They do not want people being tackled in the streets who are not criminals. They do not want children with cancer being deported. They do not want innocent people who pose no threat to their community being detained and deported. They do not want veterans being deported with no due process. This is not what the American people signed up for. And all I can say to you, Mr. Brown, is you are not alone, because I do think this country is waking up to what is happening. We are not going to let Donna be forgotten, and we are not going to let all of the other people who have been unjustly locked up, detained, and terrorized by this administration be forgotten. So thank you, sir, for your courage.
Now, I know there's not a lot of hope for a lot of MAGA voters out there right now, but this clip maybe suggests that there is more hope than not. I would have liked to see this gentleman leave the cult well before his wife was detained illegally for 4 months, but I'll take a MAGA cult member leaving the cult however I get it and whenever it happens. And on that note of this gentleman leaving the cult, I mean, there is not a snowball's chance in hell that he's going back. He made it very clear a couple of times. The end there where he said Donald Trump can't not lie. That's not Donald Trump lies about immigration, lied about only arresting violent criminals. He said Donald Trump can't not lie. That Donald Trump is basically, he can't tell the truth on all fronts. He also said, this gentleman that we just watched, said that he was going to fight for the rest of his life on this. Like, there is no way that he is going back to the Republican Party after what he just witnessed and what he was just a part of. And I think that is also very reassuring and also maybe gives us a little more hope that not only are these MAGA voters going to leave the cult, but maybe they'll find the light of good governance and good politics. And maybe they'll never go back to the Republican Party that has largely enabled Donald Trump's cultish rise. Let me know what your thoughts are on this American who has now left the party, the cult of Trump, and says that he is going to work the rest of his life to fight back against it. Leave your comments and reflections down in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed to Reflect Politics yet, be sure to do that so you get my future videos delivered straight to you. Thanks again for watching. My name is Brendan Plank. See you in the next one.